Fridays are not just about parties and long overdue sleepovers. Fridays can be about music and talk. Tiki Talk on air. UPK Sumo Style.
UPK is
Genius on air.
UPK is genius on air. Boring radio alert is now over. FYI, boring sluggish commentaries are not allowed.
Boring, sluggish commentaries are not allowed.
When I'm awfully low, when the world is cold, I will feel a glow just thinking of you and the way you look tonight.
Good evening, everybody!
Good evening!
It's another UPK Friday, and we would like to greet all of you a very
Special
happy
Valentine's!
Happy Valentine's, everyone.
Yes, this
all our
episode
fellow
is
geniuses.
for all of you fellow geniuses out there who are feeling sweet or bitter.
And-
we don't like bitter on Valentine's, you know.
Oh yeah, you have to be sweet all the way, though. Yeah.
Valentine's, and we're spending Valentine's with each other. It's our first Valentine's here on UPK.
Snaps. There's snaps for us.
Snaps moment.
First Valentine's.
All right. How are you, our dear listeners and viewers on live stream? How are you guys? How's everybody doing? Welcome back, Cass! Cass!
I'm feeling awesome because I haven't been here in like 2 months and I'm just like so excited.
She's doing the James.
Yeah, there's
You're Jamie.
You're borrowing.
Jamie.
Jamie.
Ooh, cool.
That's nice.
Welcome back, Joy and Arden. Snaps for the girls. Alright. You can't. Why not?
I don't know, there's something wrong with my hands.
Can you try with your left? There, you did it.
Tiny snap.
Tiny.
But of course, let's give loud snaps for Kirk and his.
Very well dressed outfit.
Yeah. Is this what are we supposed to call this? A chaleco, a vest, right?
I wasn't
I
able
think
to
he's
wear
getting in the mood for their prom.
No.
Singing
Yeah.
as he's
Not-
one
no, I
hosting
think
it
not
and
really.
maybe some other reason. You might not know, so.
I think he was delayed since last episode.
Yeah,
we were
that
wearing
was-
something
that-
sleek, and
Ah.
now he's wearing something
Yeah,
sleek.
that was the
And you're
reason.
the
That was the
only
reason.
one who wasn't wearing something that
Yeah.
is formal,
Yeah.
right?
I'm catching up, guys.
But congratulations, you look really good.
I'm also great. Chocolate.
Mamaya pa yan eh.
Okay.
Wait, how is everyone's Valentine's week so far, I guess? How is everyone's Valentine's week?
Busy.
Good? Busy.
Because of like schoolwork and then there was the UP fair.
Oh.
Yeah, and then we're gonna have our Adonai tomorrow. So,
Adonai.
Yeah.
What is that?
Overnighting a school.
We're gonna sleep in the school.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have adoration night, the three of us.
Congratulations. Is it for the whole school?
No,
It's for grade 9 and 10.
but
We're invited.
I just joined along.
Okay, but of course we'll be talking about love today. What we think love is, and syempre kasama na rin dun yung mga dream dates, di ba? Do you guys have that? Meron kayo naisip na
guess
dream
so,
date?
yeah.
Meron? Oh, meron din yan. I used to have a dream date, but now...
But now, the dream was full.
You're living the dream now.
Yeah.
She's living the dream.
Later, you have to share your Valentine's with Sir
Yeah.
DB. Yeah. So the boys and the girls would get tips on
Yeah.
how it feels like.
Sure.
It should be like.
Yeah, how it should be like exactly.
Yeah, plus the situation doesn't count anymore when you have that person next to you.
Ikaw dapat na sumagot nun.
Yeah, kasi you already
Oo
have
nga.
that.
That's what I think happens. You know,
How is your Valentine's?
it was good, and I'm looking forward to our prom.
Ay. Yung prom ninyo, when is this gonna be?
It's gonna be tomorrow.
It's gonna be tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh nga pala, no, sorry. Jar ako doon. UPK sponsored niya.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Okay. Yung prom ninyo, what will you be wearing? Who are you wearing?
Wow.
I'm wearing a Michael Andre.
Oh, Michael Andre. How about you?
Michael Andre.
I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I haven't bought any single.
Bukas na yun
Yeah.
Ganyan
Bukas
na
na yun.
magla-last minute.
Eh si Luther, tanungin natin.
Yeah.
Who are you wearing?
I'm wearing. I'm not sure because I'm choosing between two pairs of shoes. So yeah.
Mamimili ka pala.
Yeah. Up to now,
Is it a
I still can't
Chancellor
think,
9,000? Or is it gonna be the Wall Street, diba?
I think it doesn't really matter because I'm the one.
I'll give you an idea on what to wear, but it has to be dress shoes. Dapat medyo pointed siya. Don't wear the
I have
round
a question about that. Are the boys' shoes for prom as important as a girl's dress? I mean, that's the equivalent. It's
Well,
not the
yeah.
socks, or is it more of their shoes, or
Prom is a formal event. So definitely the boys has to be a little bit more formal. But nowadays, kasi we don't really
You get to
focus
break
on
the
that
rules.
one
Yeah.
anymore. We get to break the rules. And mas maganda kasi kung dress shoes talaga yung suot ng guys. Pero cool din yun kung naka-chucks, diba?
I have
Parang tayong mga girls. Although I love wearing heels, other girls would rather wear like Kristen Stewart, diba?
Yeah, I like
She
chucks.
wore chucks under
a gown.
a gown for several occasions. And hindi naman kailangan kasi talaga lagi high heels. But whatever rocks your boat.
Yeah, and I think it's not the clothes who makes the man, it's the man who makes the clothes.
Saan nga ba galing yun?
I forgot.
Another one.
It was
Jar. It's a jar.
Okay. Simulan
That was
natin
a trap. That was a trap.
It's a
Simulan
trap.
natin ang usapan tungkol... Yes, I'm sorry.
She's
No,
doing her
sorry,
evil
not
laugh
sorry.
right now in her head. So
Simulan natin ang ang usapan tungkol sa pag-ibig with hugot line. Who would like to start? Hugot line. Ito si Kirk kanina pa
Yeah,
to.
he's
Puro
itching
hugot line
to say
Meron ka
about-
na ba ngayon o wala pa?
I brought my Lego figures to help me out with this eh.
Sige
Okay.
nga. Give me one. Give us one.
Buti pala ko nabubuo. Puso ko kaya.
Ano ba?
okay, another one. Okay,
Someone else.
O sige, sinong gustong magbigay ng hugot line? Kasi ikaw, total kababalik mo lang.
Love is not an emotion, it's a promise.
Hugot nga
I
eh.
But I think it's more of a quote.
Yeah, a quote.
But it is nice though.
Yeah. Who else?
I have this hugot line from our fair last month.
Sige nga.
It's, buti pa sa jail booth wanted ako.
There's something else. There's my favorite.
The one that, alam mo, para kang Ferris wheel eh. Pinapaikot-ikot mo lang ako.
Pinaasa mo ako, ganon. Kasi wala ka din.
Guys, kayo, may tanong ako sa inyo about Valentine's. Do you look forward to Valentine's?
No.
Not really. There's not really anything to do on Valentine's Day.
Talaga? Not even spending it with your family?
Oh no, of course this year probably because it's on a Sunday. So family outing and stuff.
Oink!
That was a blooper.
Blooper yun, oo. Di ba kayo, Kyra, you spend Valentine's with your parents every year?
Why are you laughing?
No, what was your most memorable Valentine's date with
really
you?
have one.
You do! I remember that. I mean,
Valen-
kumbaga, it's like a tradition with your parents that you spend Valentine's with them.
I guess it just so happens that my dad would like to give something to my mom, and he happens to encourage us to be part of it. But in terms of like us, per se, us kids, no, not really. Don't have a specific Valentine.
How do you
thing
feel
yet.
pag kami naririnig kayo ng mga kaibigan ninyo who says, buti ka pa, ako wala akong ka-Valentine's. How do you feel about that? I used to think that it's absurd when I was your age. I'm thinking, ano naman ngayon kung wala kang Valentine, hindi pa naman panahon ng Valentine. Yung mga ganon. But how about you in your generation? Feeling ko parang mas nafe-feel yung bitterness kung wala kayong ka-Valentine eh. Hindi ko tatanungin si Luther kasi may ka-Valentine si Luther.
Exception yan eh.
Yeah, but how do you feel about that?
I learned something from Father Toto's homily before that the reason why we're sad is because we're looking for something that we don't have, and instead of enjoying the things that we do have. So that's the main problem. We keep on looking for things that
We don't have
instead of enjoying what we already have.
Hugot.
So, hindi ka nagkakaroon, hindi mo na nafe-feel ngayon na wala akong girlfriend, hindi ako masaya. You don't feel that
Yeah, I don't.
anymore. Oh? How about the girls? Because I'm sure, katatapos lang ng fair, meron na kayong mga kaklase na may nag-aabang sa labas ng school. Tama ba ako?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh,
So,
it's a tradition.
many boys.
Season
oh
of
my
the roses.
gosh.
Oo, after fair talaga sa school namin, when you get out, parang nandun lahat yung yung population ng katabi namin school.
Yeah. Bentang-benta yung mga stores across the street.
Oo, tapos
with
they keep
flowers.
craning their necks, waiting for their date.
Yeah.
It's still a thing. It's
Yeah.
very much
Yes.
yes.
Galing, no? How do you feel about that now that Valentine's is nearing and meron na kayong mga klase, I'm pretty sure na may mga ka-date na rin. Do you feel the pressure?
No, because I guess for me, Valentine's is just a normal day. Not being bitter, but it's a Sunday, so it's like a rest day. It's good to be with the family na lang.
Mga career-oriented pala kayo. Yung pa naisip
Bakit sa
lang.
school hindi mo yan sinasabi?
What?
Anong sinasabi niyo sa school? Anong
Sige
sinasabi
nga.
niyo sa school?
Buti pa kayo, merong Valentine's. Ako wala pa kahit.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
You're still
Sabi, di ba, jokes are half meant?
So conflicted si Arden.
Oo.
Kasi feeling niya na it's just a normal day, pero deep inside, buti sila may
This is me getting revenge on you.
Just wait for
Pero,
it.
pero you know what, Arden? I saw it in my fortune cookie last Monday. It said to me that look at the positive things, not on the negative things. So yeah, that's...
Oh, yee! Malapit na daw, Arden. Baka next year may ka-date ka na.
Next year. Kaya lang that was Luther's fortune.
Yeah, that's not mine.
Yes, that is true though.
Spreading the positivity.
Yeah.
Luther, how long have you been with your girlfriend? 1 year?
I've been like for almost 2 years. I think.
2 years. So how did you spend Valentine's last year?
We actually went to MOA and the experience there was like it was so traffic and we went home like already at 1 a.m. because we can't find a taxi because we don't ride a car because we're minors. So like I just rode a taxi for like we waited for 3 hours.
3 hours
Yeah,
at the
just to find
taxi
for a
line?
taxi, yeah.
Why did you go to MOA, by the way?
Because it had a fireworks display. So yeah.
Ah.
I think that was a
Romantic.
really good Valentine's because it was a challenge for us to stay upright even though it was too tiring for a 3-hour stay. That was like a good experience really.
So, napatibay ba nun ang relasyon ninyo?
I think so, yeah.
May mga na-discover ka ba sa kanya na mas lalo mo pa siyang minahal?
It was good. It was nice. Yeah.
Aww. Sir Divya and I didn't used to spend Valentine's, like Valentine's date. The first time that we did, we went on a, ano yun? Yung parang dinner on a boat? Dinner on a yacht? Was it something
And they
like that?
cruise you around.
In MOA. MOA
In
din.
MOA.
Sa MOA din yun!
Yeah, they cruise you around the bay.
Yes, and then makikita mo yung kasi during that time may may pyrotechnic competition.
Oh.
Yeah, so we were able to see it. So that was the first time that we did celebrate Valentine's Day.
Are you guys gonna spend the same Valentine's Day together?
But that was,
Display.
no, that was 3 years ago.
Oh, okay.
No, but I think they really put the pyrotechnics display every
During
February.
Yeah.
Oo.
Panahon ng pag-ibig eh.
Tapos, there was also a time where, honestly, I don't like spending Valentine's Day with everybody else. Call me a cynic, but I don't like doing it kasi parang you already expect na ma'am, we have a special for tonight. A dinner for 2. yung ganun. So, parang expected mo na and everybody's expected to hold hands, everybody's expected to
Show
do
some
lovey-dovey. It's invading my space a little bit too much. But some do like that. Some do like
I
that.
actually don't want to be with other people who's holding hands while I would be with my girlfriend because it's kind of awkward. Like every single person is doing the same
Diba?
thing.
Parang minsan nakakahiya na.
Never thought about it that way.
Yeah, me too. Well,
I never thought about it.
maybe in the future we'll understand what they're talking about.
But some couples do like that. Some couples do look forward to it. Some couples do feel bad or hindi naman kasi nag-vary. May mga lalaki who feel bad when the woman in the relationship does not feel the same way or wouldn't want to celebrate Valentine's the same way. And then, meron namang iba, of course, parang expected naman sa mga babae. Okay. And when we come back, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll discuss naman po yung mga nais na sana namin na matanggap on Valentine's Day.
Yes.
This
I
goes
have
for
an
both.
answer already.
This goes for both the boys and the girls. So
Yes.
we'll be right back. Don't go away.
When your legs don't work like they used to before,
Kuya, wala
Pero whenever you see
and I can't sweep you off of your feet,
But seriously, there was this one time. We had dinner at
will your mouth still remember the taste of my love?
we had dinner at this one.
Will your eyes still smile from your cheeks? Darling, I will be loving you till we're 70. And baby, my heart could still fall as hard at 23. And I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. Maybe just the touch of a hand. Well, me, I fall in love with you every single day, and I just wanna tell you I am. So honey, now take me into your loving arms. Kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Place your head on my beating heart. I'm thinking out loud, maybe we found love right where we are. When my hair's all but gone and my memory fades, and the crowds don't remember my name, when my hands don't play the strings the same way, I know you will still love me the same. 'Cause honey, your soul could never grow old, it's evergreen. And baby, your smile's forever in my mind and memory. I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways, and maybe it's all part of a plan. Well, I'll just keep on making the same mistakes, hoping that you'll understand. But baby, now take me into your loving arms. Kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Place your head on my beating heart. I'm thinking out loud that maybe we found love right where we are. So baby, now take me into your loving arms. Kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Oh darling, place your head on my beating heart. I'm thinking out loud that maybe we found love right where we are. Well, maybe we found love right where we are, and we found love right where we are.
Hello to our fellow geniuses on air, to Faith Vicente Paulino from Cainta, Shaya Gonzalez from Sipocot, Camarines Sur, Sunny Priscilda Castillo from Venezuela, Kath Kathleen Martinez from Pagadian and Pomeloiza and family.
Hello also to Esther Guadalupe from Mexico, Jersey Jane Morales Ravanes from Manila, Rich Malte Nisperos from Gingoog City, Janine Dulay from Bakhotan, La Union, Yerdna Dadlev from Iligan City, Delmark Seranyatsak Anya Vieza from Davao City.
Please like our page at www.facebook.com/usapkabataan.
And our Twitter is at UPK is Genius on Air.
Our Instagram is at Genius on Air.
And our YouTube
Please subscribe to our YouTube
TV.
UPK
is Genius on Air.
UPK.
UPK is
Genius on Air.
UPK is Genius on Air.
Pag-ibig na nga ba? Pag-ibig na nga ba? Snaps for James. Wait. We have something. Yeah.
Yes.
We're doing the jaming now.
Guys, you just experienced premium jaming.
Jaming kasi Jaming kasi singular, di ba?
Paano pag plural?
Jamesing.
Akala ko may pat na.
Mamaya na yun. Magkakwento yan.
Kamusta yung Valentine's mo, James? And are you looking forward to your Valentine's or you're looking forward more to your prom? O pareho na yun?
Pareho
yung prom
kasi
with Valentine's
actually yung start ng prom namin will be at 6 then ends at 12 so automatic Valentine's Day na kaya sulit yung prom.
Practical na bata to.
May strategy na yun.
Are you looking forward to your prom ba, Kirk?
So dude.
Why did you laugh?
Stagging it, right, man? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard that Zane is. But you'll be having a co-host, right? So parang siya na yung prom date mo.
Trabaho lang yun, man. Ganun lang, man.
We're aiming for Stag of the Night.
If given a chance, Kirk, who do you want your prom date to be?
His mom.
Your mom, okay.
Yeah, chaperone. Practical kasi she's gonna drive the car. Diba? It's practical.
Practical matters.
She'll pay for your she got it covered.
Papakain ka rin dun sa...
Make her lunch. Nandun siya.
Yeah, but this mom is
cotillion.
Your mom is
Actually, you know what? I want to share a story about what we do. I was like 7 back then. But I didn't really have any input in it. She just told me, said, Kirk, when it's Valentine's Day, we're going to have a heavy breakfast for we're going to prepare a heavy breakfast for everybody. So on February 13th of that year, she woke me up early in the morning. She said, Kirk, help me make this. So we prepared a Valentine's Day breakfast for the
13
entire
or 14?
family. No, like 13 before, and then on 14 is 14 early morning.
13 kinain. Ay, 13 niluto. Kinain.
Hindi.
13
siya pinagsabihan, tapos 14 na umaga sila na.
So like there are these Valentine's style pancakes. Yeah.
How'd you feel about that?
Felt good. Kasi we ate all of it. It was delicious. It's good.
That's cute.
Like me.
And you were the one who prepared it, right?
Yeah.
That's why it's good.
Of course. Of course.
May tanong ako sa inyo. What is your dream date? Sinong gustong mag-start?
I think James should, because he
Yeah,
has something to
my
say.
dream date would be having a date with Patsy on a mountain cliff.
Mountain cliff?
Yeah, we climb a mountain.
Siya ba may ano ba, may chance ba na magustuhan niyo yung pagpanik ng bundok?
Ay, wala na siya magawa pag
Ganun na kayo
Speaking of mountain cliff, may karugtong yun kung bakit.
Bakit nga?
Sabi niyo
Oo.
bakit. So, kasi diba they say that true love can move mountains. So
you guys are gonna move the mountains.
Literally, they took it in a literal sense, yeah.
That's better than Rushmore.
Mas mahirap pa tayo. 4 na mukha yun eh.
Baby steps daw muna.
At least yung ordinary mountain hindi nira-rush.
Mamaya ka na lang
Okay.
Joy, what is your dream date?
A very expensive one. It's a concert.
Concert of what band? Or who?
Like any particular band I like or a mutual band we like. For example, my date and I both like all-time low, and we go to that concert and we both enjoy it.
What if wala? What if
walang mutual? Di ako na lang mag-isa.
Didate mo yung sarili mo?
Would you like your date? Like, who's like your dream date?
Can it be a celebrity?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Can I just pull out my list? There's Michael Clifford, there's Alex Gascar, there's Jack. I have a lot of dream dates.
Buong Hollywood na.
Will you take me there?
Cassie, do you have a dream date in mind?
It's like just a simple thing. Like, for example, we're gonna go to a bookstore and then buy books and then have Japanese food and then spend the night watching the stars.
She's like Ate Eric. So cute. She's like a mini Ate Eric.
I think we've done that.
Which one?
Okay. Got it.
Hindi ko na-get.
Mini-me daw. Mini-me. Mini-me.
Hindi si James, hindi ko.
Ay, sorry. Ano yun?
Okay.
I've done that before. So
So how does it feel?
feels good. Even whatever you do, as long as you're with your special someone, it's going to be always special.
He's so excited.
He's about to do the dreaming. He did it again.
Luther, ikaw ba? Have you fulfilled your girlfriend's dream date?
I'm not sure, but my dream date would probably be wherever she would like it to be, because I would be much more happy if she's happy. Like, that's my dream.
Spoken like a true boyfriend.
Arden, ikaw? Idea?
I love amusement parks. Yeah. The most thrilling rides with the guy.
So, kapag nakita mo siya nagsisisigaw, screaming like
I'll laugh at him. I'll laugh because I love roller coasters and heights.
throws up in your face.
Most dramatic thing.
Like this, water jutsu?
Yeah. No, but I know someone screaming at caterpillars.
Diba?
Yeah.
Sumasakay.
Yeah.
I know that eh. Kindly raise your hand. I'm just kidding.
Speaking of,
I've never been on a date, so I don't really know what to expect.
No, you're
Pero that's what's
ideal.
cool about it. See, I don't know what to expect, so...
No, Jar, kasi we're asking what do you want for an...
Yeah, you're ideal. Typically, given a chance.
katabi ko na siya, hindi niya naintindihan.
Yun nga.
Yeah.
Jar ba yun?
Jar.
The word date is not my vocabulary. Okay?
So, you know, stop reasoning out and stop making...
So wait, if date isn't in your vocabulary and then you go out with a girl on a special occasion, what do you call that?
What is it? I don't know.
I feel sorry for the girl. If you don't call it a date, what is
I
it?
guess I'll have.
It's a get-together, a reunion.
Yeah.
A reunion,
Yeah, something
like-
that. But still,
Seriously?
if I were to go on with something like that, I would definitely take her somewhere sweet, because that's the only thing that's in my vocabulary in terms of these.
Candy corner.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So date
Corner.
isn't in your vocabulary, but sweet is.
Yeah. What's that place we went to?
Luca?
Luca.
Five-layer cheesecake.
Five-layer.
Sorry, chocolate cake. Sorry, chocolate cake.
Duty free.
And the jasmine tea right there.
And jasmine tea. How about you? Your dream date, or what is your favorite?
Date. Yeah.
Yeah, so far, because you have experienced the most dates.
More than a girlfriend. You're the only one that's in a relationship. It's
Dream
already
date.
More than a relationship.
I used to think that I never really thought of like a dream date, but it's more of surprise me.
See.
I don't like being told it. I don't like being told this is what we're going to do. This is what we're doing.
You have an itinerary.
Kasi pag sinabi mo sa akin yun, I already have an expectation. And if you fall short,
I feel
I'ma cut you.
yung pasensya ko parang, times two.
Alam mo.
I feel like Ed is already taking more notes about what he needs to be doing. Yeah.
Chugging it down.
Chugging it down.
But yeah, a dream date would be something that is very surprising and something that I would not be expecting.
But your date in Ocean Park in Singapore, I heard you did not enjoy the fishes there.
Yes,
Why?
because I saw
Why?
sharks fighting.
And there was this
supposed to be
alligator guard.
Cool, man.
I thought they were gonna kill each other in the tank.
Are you sure they were fighting?
Yeah, they were fighting. They were biting each other. They were, oh my goodness.
So cool to see.
From one tank to another, they were swimming very fast. And then there's this big alligator gar. Like, I think that alligator gar is as big. No, sorry, is about 15 feet long. Yeah, and when it opens its mouth, naka-curve pa nga siya eh. So, naka-curve siya pero 15 feet long na siya. So, when it extends, siguro mas malaki pa, di ba? Ang laki.
I mean,
Tapos when he opens his mouth, it's like half of his body is nako-compress niya ng kalahati para mabukas ang bibig niya.
Maybe that's how sharks are. They bite each other. I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm not a biologist. Moving on.
Is that black?
Moving on.
You may never know, Kirk making right? So,
Ikaw, Kyra.
At Cairo.
I'm with Arden on the theme parks because I like my dream date so far. What I like is something that is sort of adventurous, I guess. Something that isn't I hate typical or common date things like movies and all that. It's too common for me. So I like adventure. Yeah, that's what I like. The opportunity for you guys to interact and talk and not be so conscious about what he does or what she does. You know, you get to have fun.
Si Zane.
Time zone.
No. I actually like the stargazing thing. The stargazing
Oh,
thing.
that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or we'll finish a whole season of a series.
Wait. Is there a
That's
place
it.
here in the Philippines where stargazing is possible?
Star City.
James is taking notes.
Yeah. Do you know a place?
You can take her to di ba?
No Valley has
in Antipolo sa Seven Suites. Meron sila dong roof deck restaurant where you can watch the
Cloud9 also. Cloud9 in Antipolo. They have like a high tower there where you can.
Have you guys seen the movie My Amnesia Girl?
Yes.
That part where John Lloyd organized these 27th birthday celebration all in one day. That kind of surprise is really nice.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
Andre has a secret dream date.
Sige nga.
She said my dream date would be sitting on a bench staring at the stars and just plainly sharing each other's thoughts. That would be so special for me already. Something simple yet still very special. My dream date person is secret daw.
We
Neon.
almost met him, right?
Yeah, we almost met him.
Ayaw tayo papasukin ni Andre kaya.
Sino yun?
Si
Kwan.
Ay, si Kwan.
Kwando? Meron ako dyan sa hagdan. Buti pang hagdan, kaya mong panikin. Ako hindi mo man lang abutin.
Baka pumasok si Sir Dili.
Kaya meron ka bang hugot line? Baka gusto mo mag-share. Go.
Okay. Nag-e-emote ka na naman dahil sa kanya, matulog ka na lang.
Hindi naman hugot line yan eh.
I just saw it on Google, so.
Ano ko yan? I-re-revamp ko yan.
Okay.
Ano sabi mo?
Ito.
Nag-e-emote ka na naman dahil sa kanya, bati ka na lang bumaling sa akin.
Look at Zayn, man. It's like he's itching to say something. He's already so close to the mic.
Sige.
I'm still thinking eh.
Kas, baka meron kang bago.
No, I have one from...
Oh,
I heard
sige.
one. Gusto ko ng kape yung matapang, yung kaya ko ipaglaban.
That's mine! That's mine! That's very nice. Barakong barako. We'll take a break and when we come back, we'll discuss more about pag-ibig na nga ba?
UPK.
UPK is
Genius on air.
UPK is genius on air.
And we're...
Ayos na. Sabay kayo ito. What do you think makes for real love? How do you think you can determine true love or real love?
If you don't expect anything in return. For example, you do something for her and you just do it because you want to. Not because
So
you
alam
want
mong mahal
her
mo na
to-
siya.
Yes, not because you want her to do the same thing as you
For
do for
you.
her.
I think that applies in love in general, not just romantic kind of love, but love for family, friends. I believe it applies.
Who else?
If you love someone, then you wouldn't have a hard time compromising or making way for what they want or what they need. And you'll do everything in your power to make sure that they're happy, because happiness is kind of like
The standard in a good relationship.
When you love someone, or like when someone loves you, it's like an example is texting. You don't have to check your phone every 3 seconds to see if they reply, because you know they will.
Oh, so you don't really have you don't really have to like wait desperately.
Yeah.
Kasi alam mo na magre-reply na agad.
Kung hindi naman, of course, may ginagawa.
May ginagawa.
Yeah.
Hindi, kung hindi naman, baka hindi ka talaga importante.
Kung hindi lang naman eh.
Kasi if it takes a whole day to reply to you, and the scene zone na niya, nakita mo na nagpo-post na kung ano-ano, what's that?
Mag-reply naman siya at magsasabi siya na wait lang I'm doing something.
Magre-reply siya pag convenient na sa kanya. Ba't pa siya nag-reply? Sana hindi na lang siya nag-reply.
Sige, mag-offline na ako. Active now.
Si Andre may hugot line siya. She wanted me to share this one. Buti pa ang sahig, nandyan siya kung kailan mahuhulog ka na. Pero sa taong minamahal mo, di nga niya napapansin na huhulog ka na pala.
Ano
That's hurt. That's
Masakit
hurt.
yun eh.
Yeah, I'm just like, ow. That's hurt, ha? That's hurt.
How do you know if it's love?
Luther. Yeah, you're the only one that's got to know.
If you could see that this girl or whoever she or he is the perfect for you, then that's love. You don't need to find for any person. All you need is her.
May tanong ako tungkol dun sa mga nabanggit ninyo na pagka alam mo na it's not difficult for you to compromise, or that alam mo na masaya ka. Ang tanong ko naman is, how will you know kung mahal ka na pala niya? Kung mahal ka na rin niya. Yon.
Well,
What do you think?
Just like what James said, even though you're doing nothing, then you're having fun together, then she also loves you back.
Paano kung nag-i-enjoy lang siya sa company mo pala? But I mean, the love itself, paano mo malalaman yung feeling niya? What do you think should be the signal of, or hindi naman, I can't say sign, but what do you think is the thing that determines that this is real?
If it reciprocates the effort that you give to the person, even if without you expecting it to come back, it just comes back from the other person, even without you asking from it.
Paano pag mabait lang pala siya?
Eh di mabait lang siya. That's why you don't expect. That's the reason why you shouldn't expect anything from the person, so you won't get hurt. Diba? Yeah,
I think like a person would obviously, I mean, if you love someone, right, you can't like keep that love to yourself, so you're gonna show it, and in words and in actions. And there are many ways to say love you, not just I love you. You can say don't forget to eat breakfast, or take care,
The little things.
or
Drink your pills.
or that, or like don't forget to bring your umbrella. It's cloudy outside.
Yes, because as what other people say, love is a very strong feeling that it just comes out naturally even without you not noticing it, right? So if you're really in love, you wouldn't notice that you're starting to do things you don't usually do. It just comes out.
You just suddenly find yourself going out of your way just for the other person.
Pero dapat ba natin bigyan ng limitasyon yung love that we have? Is that, should we limit it? Say for example, should I be ready to die for one girl because I love her? Or should I limit myself not to do that, but also to love myself?
It depends on your how deep is your love.
I think it's not limiting eh. I think it's not limiting eh. I think it's having the sense of not putting yourself in danger for the other person. Kasi hindi mo naman kailangan na ipahamak ang sarili mo to prove that you love the person. Ang importante is gampanan mo yung kaya mong gampanan. To die for a person, to show your love, I don't think that any of us could ever equate Jesus has done for all of us,
Okay.
right? That's one. But also with our parents, and I think that they are the perfect example of showing unconditional love, because without asking for anything in return, all that they've done from the time we were born or even when we were not born is to take care of us, right? So yun. But to die for, let's say, a girlfriend or a boyfriend, I think it's too early to say that. Kasi unless you're in a place where sigurado na kayo talaga. Kasi although hindi mo naman masasabi na after you, meron pa ako magiging ibang karelasyon. Pwede mo naman sabihin, di ba, na pwedeng siya na pala.
Yeah, what if it's not death? Maybe nasasaktan ka. Kailangan, okay lang ba na payagan mong saktan ka niya?
Mali yun.
Well, they say that you have to love yourself before you can learn to love others, which the same thing goes with respect, right? So if you learn that kind of love for yourself, that sense what Miss Army was talking about would come naturally, because you know where your so-called limitations are, because you would understand when you have to protect yourself and when you are willing to be selfless for that person.
Because you can't give what you don't have. So if you love yourself, then you're already ready to be giving to someone else.
Yes, I agree.
Justin Bieber.
We decorated the booth with pictures of those that we love, memories, and wait, let's give snaps to our decorating team. Yay! Luther, Kirk, Zane, and
Basically
everyone.
And James.
And
Ate
also
Erica.
there's Cupid right here.
Yeah, and Erica.
String Cupid.
Yeah.
That's a very naughty Cupid. Look at his hair.
It's definitely...
It's sort of a rebel, kind of.
Yeah, it's a rebel heart.
Pumped
Yeah.
snotted.
Snaps to our decorating team once again.
Yes.
Thank you. It was led by James.
Led by everyone.
Okay. What about love songs? What's your favorite love song?
Ooh, that's
The first thing that popped into my head was the 21 Pilots version of
Can't help
Yeah,
falling in
that's-
Falling in
love.
Love with You.
Oh.
And that I fell in love with that.
Yep.
Like, I still can't get it out of my playlist actually.
It's If I Fell by the Beatles.
Oh, the
Do you know
Beatles.
that?
I'm not familiar with that.
Paano?
I mean, I've never heard of it.
Sige nga, sample.
Grow old with you.
Grow
Yeah,
with you.
that's what
I'm gonna be 500 miles by the Proclaimers. It's a Scottish song, but it's like I would walk 500 miles and 500 more just to be the man who falls down at your door.
Let me
What
see.
Kirk said, it's can't help falling in love. It's so cute.
If you're going to pick a song, you're gonna need to sing it out.
Sige, sige.
Yeah.
It's already a given that he can sing, right?
Can I add Love Someone by Jason Mraz?
Oh.
It's, if you've heard that.
Oh, I have one.
Plus The Way You Look Tonight by Michael.
Oh, that was very nice.
Michael Bublé.
Kyra, I have
My mom
three
loves
so
Michael
far.
Bublé.
It's Isn't She Lovely by Stevie Wonder. What do you call this? Photograph by Ed Sheeran. I love that song. And Make It To Me by Sam Smith.
Oh, yes, Sam Smith.
And since you said Ed Sheeran, I would like to add Little Bird. Do you know that?
I think I've heard of that song.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
Zane's
a different
turn.
thing.
Zane, you're up.
The latest song I heard na lang, it's Poet
Go,
by...
sis.
Do I have to sing it?
Yeah.
Yes.
I have written you down now. You will live forever, and the whole world will read you. You will live forever in eyes not yet created, on tongues that are not born. I have written you down now. You will live forever.
Walang practice yan.
Snaps for Zane! Alright. That was awesome. My idea of a perfect love song is Fall For You by Shanice. Have you heard that?
No.
I think. Can you sing it? We all know you have to put me on the spot. We all know you can sing too.
She's in the middle, right?
Yeah, and you got the fancy mic, so you gotta sing.
It's required.
Ate Erica.
Yeah, just like the chorus. Or you can ask Ater to sing.
Spotlight right here.
No, don't!
Yeah, zoom in on her face right here.
No! No! Been in love a time or two. I've seen the world, but not with you. I wanna fly and spread my wings. I don't wanna cry. I wanna sing. I wanna live. Take a chance. Alam mo yun eh, kante mo.
Yes.
I'm not afraid.
After Miss Army, Andre said her romantic song is "I Can't Help Falling in Love with You" by Elvis Presley.
See?
So, same.
Ever since 21 Pilots.
What do you think tells you or tells somebody or gives a very big definition na love na talaga to?
If it's unconditional,
And give us a hugot line. Sige, go!
buti pang araw, hindi natatapos nang di dumadaan yung gabi.
Zane.
Para kang traffic, di ako maka-move on sa'yo.
Oh! So, paano mo malalaman kung love na nga?
When you get all giddy and you always think of this person.
I think love is sacrificial and you'll do anything to make the other happy.
Arden.
If everything that you think of is you just want to make this person smile and be happy, you're just satisfied with their happiness. And hugot line, pause na.
Nawala na ng mga hugot.
Hugot kings and queens, bigla nawala ng hugot. Sige, Joy.
Buti pa yung test sinasagot mo. I'm sorry. That was for
Ako nakalimutan mo. Sorry. Okay. How do you define love? Or paano mo masasabing love na nga?
Love is when you cry for the person. Like, you're scared of them
Painful.
leaving you.
Oh.
Yeah, you just suddenly think, what if they leave me and you're like hopeless.
Luther.
Just like what James said, love is when you don't ask for anything in return. You just give and you just give. And may hugot line would be, hindi ko kailangan ng Valentine's, ang kailangan ko ikaw.
Kara. I think you will know it's falling in love. Well, falling in love is when that person makes your heart sing or skip a beat. I know it sounds cheesy and I'm not really a cheesy type of person, but I think that's one of the signs that makes you realize that you are in love. And I remember this quote from a movie, life without you isn't life at all. When you feel that way about someone, then that's when you are in love already. And I'm sure that Sir DV and Ma'am Army feel the same way.
Yeah,
Okay.
when we met that time, I had so many options.
Wow.
No, I'm not bragging. I didn't want to be tied down. I had options. Pero hindi ako yung I'm not the playgirl type. I just had options. Option size.
Ma'am had options, but he was the best choice.
I also had a boyfriend at the time. And then this boyfriend wasn't present at all.
He wasn't consistent.
Yeah, and then when DV came along, I knew then. Ito na yun eh. I couldn't imagine myself with anybody else.
Didn't imagine life. Yes.
Hugot line? Bibigyan ko kayo ng hugot.
Go.
Okay, sige. Wait lang, nakalimutan ko ito bigla. Okay. Pag nakikita kita, naalala ko ang kape. Tanungin mo ako bakit.
Bakit?
Kasi umaga, hapon, gabi. Kape lang ang gusto ko. Parang ikaw.
It's the backlash that happens. It's the backlash that happens after you make the joke.
At least you put yourself out there.
Yeah, exactly.
No regrets.
No, you put yourself out there, and then before the guns start blazing, you just go back.
Yeah.
Okay, no.
Well, thank you very much for tuning in.
Wait.
We're not yet done. We
Wait.
still have
Yes, we have the GNT. This is something. This is something that has something to do with her GNT.
Sige.
Okay, it's just one pickup line.
Okay.
Diba, instead of hugot, ito pick up line.
Okay.
Are you religious?
Why?
Because you're the answer to all of my prayers.
Oh my God. We have our GND coming up. Thank you very much for listening to us. The best is yet to come. Pag-ibig na nga ba? Only here on UPK.
Know what? I wasn't here during your discussion, but I'm sure you had a lot of things to say about
that mysterious thing called love. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah. I won't add further to what already you have discussed so passionately. But let me do my segment, and that is my goodnight talk. You know, one of the earliest local Pinoy sayings that I learned a long, long time ago was this: ang naglalakad ng matulin kung matinik ay malalim. This happens to be the closest equivalent, at least for me, to the English aphorism popularized by Alexander Pope. Fools rush in where angels fear to tread. I am sure you all had some experience about rushing in and eventually finding out you really never needed to be in such a hurry. I experience it all the time. You know, I'm a stickler for time. I would rather go early than be late. I guess I took it from my father, who was always ready for an appointment a good 2 hours before the scheduled and agreed upon time. But whilst it is a virtue to be early for appointments and the like, to rush in rudely and come to premature conclusions is probably a vice. And it is true for most everything we do. From rushing rudely to where one is not supposed to go, to jumping prematurely to conclusions, and then eventually feeling remorseful about it sometime later. And this is true for all human interactions. One does not go rushing to a party one is not invited to. Or you would be what you would call that?
Party crap.
Party pooper, yeah? Gate crusher or something like that. Neither does one plunge headlong into a river one is not familiar with. Circumspection and prudence are the two names of the game called life, and one would be well advised to clear the trail before one goes any deeper into unfamiliar territory. Let me tell you a story, a true-to-life story. I had a student who was very apostolic, very active, very energetic, and one day he went out outing with the boys, and there was a promontory from where they would dive into the swirling sea. But that was in the morning, so they took a break for lunch, and by mid-afternoon, he wanted to give everybody a nice time, and so he jumped headlong into what he thought was the swirling surf. But there was nothing but rocks. So he fell headlong into rocky terrain at the bottom of what was then sea in the morning. In other words, he became a paraplegic for life. I won't tell more of the story, but I'm sure you know that the lesson here has to do with prudence, with being circumspect. Back in 1997, Hollywood came up with a film entitled Fools Rush In. It was a story of Alex Whitman, who fell instantly in love with a Mexican by the name of Isabel Fuentes. They got into each other's loving embraces a few hours after they met, and since Isabel was found to be pregnant some months after they met, the two decided to get married as quickly as they fell in love with each other. All things went well at the start until reality set in, and they soon discovered that they had irreconcilable cultural differences that made it close to impossible to continue on with a relationship. The title of the movie says it all. Alexander Poe popularized this line, like I said, fools rush in where angels fear to tread. Fools, and that by the way includes you and me on occasion. They tend to engage all the time in rushing rudeness. Fools jump to conclusions. Fools like you and me tend to rush judge. We do things and say things that we later regret. Tagalog-speaking Pinoys have a graphic phrase to illustrate this, to say things without really thinking. Mga salitang patapos. In our anger, we say things that we otherwise really would not say if we weren't fuming mad. We would be more circumspect, more careful, or shall we say more prudent? But like anger, which is a very powerful emotion, love too is like a wild horse that could be difficult to rein in. We don't just barge into parties unannounced. We don't just jump to illogical conclusions. We also fall into the trap of infatuation and mistake the onrush of powerful feelings for love. A young person sees an attractive face in the crowd and he or she feels a surge of overpowering emotions that seem to instantly lift him or her up to dizzying emotional heights. Even the Bible speaks of love as a powerful emotion thus. For stern as death is love, relentless as the netherworld is devotion. Its flames are a blazing fire. Deep waters cannot quench love, nor floods sweep it away. You would know that it comes from Song of Songs. It's a love song actually, written by Solomon. I know of someone I admire who was just as passionate and impulsive as I was when I was young, when he was young. Johnny Bosco was then in his teens when he learned to play the violin. He played it so well that on one occasion, just as soon as he began playing it, the young men and women in the village took to dancing passionately and intimately with each other. Mind you, these were during the Victorian times, when external morality was at its all-time high. When he realized what he had done and caused, he broke the violin apart and swore never to play it again in public. Well, he was young, he was impulsive, and he did the first thing that came to his mind. I also know one who fell madly in love with a woman whom he happened to see bathing one day, Bathsheba by name. This man, David, was so filled with longing and lust for the woman that he devised a plan to get her into his loving and lustful embrace. He eventually caused the death of Bathsheba's husband so he could have her alone for himself. Indeed, stern as death is love, relentless as the netherworld is devotion. But an energy in motion such as that powerful emotion is something one needs to rein in and control. And at this juncture, I would like to offer the example of someone who was just as fiery and impulsive like David, like you, and like me, especially when I was younger. His name is Paul, who was then known as Saul, who was passionately engaged in running after Christian believers. He was a fool for killing Christians and making them suffer. He was a fool to change his mind and eventually becoming a Christian himself at a later time. He even called himself a fool for Christ's sake, the worst sinner of all, the one most unfitting to be called an apostle. Pag-ibig na nga ba? Kung puro damdamin lang ang dating, kung puro tindig ng balahibo at tibok ng puso lang ang peg, ika nga, baka hindi pag-ibig yan. Be a fool, by all means like Paul, but don't be foolhardy, young people. Someone said that there are foolish people who recognize their foolishness and use it skillfully. I'd like you to use your foolishness skillfully. Pag-ibig na nga ba? Huwag maloko at maniwalang tunay na diamante, ang puwet lang naman pala ng baso. Huwag madala sa kinang, kintab ng anumang bagay na balot lang naman pala ng palara at palabuti. Be true. Be truly in love. Don't just fall in love. Be a loving person. Be a caring person. Be a concerned person. Be committed to the one you love and the causes you truly care for more than anything else. And then and only then can you afford to be a fool, like Paul. Here is a beautiful song popularized by Elvis Presley. It dates back way before my times, mind you, but I like him. Now and then there's a fool such as I am over you. You taught me how to love. And now you say that we are through. I am a fool, but I will love you dearly until the day I die. Now and then there's such a fool as I am. And when it comes to real love, then I'd say it's okay to be a fool. Kung pag-ibig na nga yun. Kung tunay na pag-ibig. Hindi palara o puwit ng baso. And this, my dear young friends, is your Kalakbay at Katoto Don Chito saying good night and happy Valentine's, everybody.
Good night! Happy Valentine's!
UPK.
UPK is
Genius on air.
UPK is genius on air.